anybody else on the video. We
That's
only
because
seen
they
him.
were involved too. Or maybe I'll say this. They were threatened. We'll kill your families. We'll do this. We'll do that. There's no telling. I mean, let's talk about it.
When Rasheen's mom saw him on that video, and mind you, she heard the distress in her son's voice.
We're talking about a parent that knows her child.
Exactly.
Period.
She clearly saw that there was bruises.
Any parent can call him like, I looked at my child. I could see he was in distress. I could see there was something wrong. I could hear in his voice that something was wrong. I'm looking at his body. I see this, that. You know what I mean? Like, they're not crazy. And I don't care what color this parent is. Like, if their child is in distress, they're going to know. Like, That's not my kid. That's not his persona.
Right.
I know something's wrong. And again, this is a child that we've carried for how long?
Right.
So it's a feeling that you have too. Especially when you hear that, you hear it in the voice.
And you can't even, there's nothing you can do.
I could not imagine how that woman felt. And I still can't imagine how she feels now, knowing that no justice has been served on no level.
Can you believe the letdown? The letdown that was to this woman. To hear her son on the other end of the phone telling her, Mom, this man is trying to kill me. These people are chasing me. I'm running for my life. Let the police know. Such and such did this if something happened to me.
Right.
Because he already know that they trying to hurt him.
And you know why they do these things? Because they have so much power.
Right.
And money, like I said, behind them. They do this to people who they feel like they cannot. Because it takes money to be able to investigate and go further.
Exactly.
You get what I mean? It takes a lot.
And remember, these small counties, you know, they know each other.
Right.
All these little people, they know each other.
Mm-hmm. What was it? It's a small county population of maybe 500.
You know, it's very small counties where they are still embedded in their beliefs, and they're
roots.
still doing how they used to doing for the past 200 years.
All these years.
Yes.
And they breed it into the ones that just keep coming into the family. It's a taught thing. Period.
Exactly.
It's a taught thing.
Because if it's not a big city, you know, big cities, yeah, we're being watched, but still look at what happened, you know, with those 5 officers. But when it's a big city, you know, but in smaller counties, it's easier to cover up shit like this. So a lot of stuff like this and then happen to, you know, our people, and we don't even know about
That's
it.
just me. It's just not a cover up. It's just plain out, blatantly ignored.
Right.
Because anybody who can read on this story and literally do their research on it knows it's bullshit.
Yes.
Period.
Yes, it is.
Period. Like, it's sad. But because these people have strength and, you know, deal with powers and principalities in high places, they get away with this shit. But I will say not necessarily, because everybody who had something to do with that shit, days are numbered. Your family, you cursed your own family with that fuckery. Real talk. Real talk.
And it's like, now, I mean, I understand more why they want to defund the police. Because it's like, listen, we're paying you guys to pretty much endanger us. You know, and we have people that have better capabilities and better choice making than the people we have on the force. That's not on the force, you know. Regular people that's able to keep the peace and, you know, keep the law in place. I mean, why not? Why do we have these people? I mean, the police, it seems to me like they're more afraid for their own
the peacemakers.
lives. They don't care about others' lives. They're more afraid. And I'm not saying all cops are the same.
They're not.
You know,
I've had encounters with a lot.
I'm just talking about what cops are able to get away with. you know, and getting away with murder, that had to be the most powerful thing. Do you know how many sick people are probably in the police force that really actually
just murderers,
do mean to hurt people?
They're just murderers.
Right.
They got bodies. They got mad body count.
Right.
Just murderers.
Especially, you know, people that are trained to kill.
Know how to make it look.
But they're not trained to make a logical decision, because if you tell me that I can't shoot a man running, then explain to me how an officer of the law can shoot a man that's running. I don't care if he has a gun in his hand, because this is my thing. If somebody intruded into my home with a gun, and I pull my gun and they turn to run out with the gun in their hand, and I shoot them in the back, I am going to be responsible for this killing.
But it's kind of funny how those same very things happen in the line of law enforcement.
Right.
And we're talking about people's hands could have even been up.
Right.
We're talking about bullet holes found all up in their armpits.
Right.
And for real, so that means he was on surrender. So that means he showed no threat whatsoever to you. But yet, you still felt it feasible.
Right.
To take this person's life.
Right.
Because you feel you're just in that much authority.
Yes. Or I was afraid for my life.
Or it's so much we can cover on this. Like, we can go on and on and on. But it's just bottom line, everybody out there, everyone who is listening, like, understand that in these, especially now, like, to me, racism never died.
Right.
I experienced my first part of racism when I went to Arizona. Mm-hmm. And that's when they had just made Martin Luther King a holiday out there. You know what I mean? And it's the most horrible feeling ever. So I'm a smoker. Mm-hmm. You know. And I seen this gentleman. He went before me, of course. He was a white guy. But, you know, me, I'm a free spirit. Period, point blank. I'm not hateful. I'm not none of that. I don't care what color you are. You cool, you cool. It's you know what I mean? Whatever.
Right.
So, anywho, this man, he gets his cigarettes before mine, and I'm like, his was cheaper than mine. When I got to the counter, they charged me a whole different price.
Wow.
Like, as if, and did it blatantly dead in my face. It looked like it was okay. I was just, and I was young then, I didn't even know how to feel.
Right. Right.
I was about, I think 18, 19. I didn't know how to feel. Like, how am I supposed to feel about this right now? Because I just seen what transpired. I seen your the transaction you had with this gentleman before me. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, am I tripping? How am I supposed to feel? Like, where are they going with this? But I had to hurry up and get out the store because I was angry. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Buy the cigarettes?
I did. I did. I was new out there to Arizona, you know what I mean?
Right,
and we had just got off the freeway, made the stop, and I wanted a cigarette. I didn't have any more. So bottom line, I did.
Right. Yeah.
But it was just still like, did I just experience that? It was crazy. It was the most craziest feeling ever.
That's unacceptable. I'm telling you. And like I say, it's slavery. I mean, prejudices. That's been it's been forever, but for it to just be dangled in our face the way it is now, you know, I'm just like.
So that means we need to keep our children up on it now.
I'm from Las Vegas, so I never really been anywhere outside of Las Vegas other than California.
So I have. You get what I mean? Like, I'm from California, but I am happily a Las Vegas now. But I can say I've been places.
Right.
You know what I mean? I lived in Arizona. I've lived in Florida.
Right.
I've always been that type of person to move around. My mama used to call me a gypsy because I moved around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the type of lifestyle that I lived, it was just, you know, me exploring.
Right.
That's just how I felt, and that's how I've always raised my children. Don't, you know, the world is a lot bigger than Los Angeles, California. You got to move around. You got to learn.
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, I can say that it's fun to get out. It's fun to get to know things and, you know, some shit that you're not used to, and you learn like, okay, and then you can actually teach it to someone else. Like, this is what I learned or whatever.
Right.
I'm a free spirit. I'll say that.
And it's like, you know, my whole plans and everything is to, you know, buy me a trailer and, you know, go exploring different states and, you know, seeing what my country is at least, you know, and, you know, just make some memories. But I'm so like, man, I'm afraid because I'm like, I might have to kill somebody because, and I feel like I need to have me a AK or something like that because I need a chopper because if they come messing with me and my family while we trying to
enjoy ourselves,
right, just be us.
And mind you, I watch movies. I be in all type of documentaries. You get what I mean?
Right.
And these type of evils exist.
Right.
Whether people want to believe it or not. Like, this shit is just not for show on the movie. Like, these type of evils really do exist. So, I mean, I'm all for it. Like, that's the type of shit I want to do. Once all my kids are older and go on and do their thing, I could live anywhere I want to in one of them nice campers that expand, and you get what I mean? But you have to be ready. So, you damn sure got to be equipped.
Definitely.
I feel on that level because there's no telling you where you might be because I watch movies in my mind. I'm like, shit. This shit really be happening out here.
And it do. And it happens so often, you know.
You out
and
there
I didn't
enjoying
even
yourself
really like I just started searching for this and I'm like, damn, one case after another, and I'm like, this is crazy. How we're being hunted like that. Like this is
literally like we're live prey. We're live prey. Like we are targeted on every level.
And I'm afraid for my children. Not only that, you know, there's a certain demeanor that we have to have during any encounter with the police. You know,
I think they feel like it's supposed to be still like, yes, a master. Yes, a master.
Right.
No, we not on that level no more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I don't even have to tell you my name.
And at this point, we are
I have the right to remain silent.
Right.
What are you saying?
Right.
But you'll choke me out. You'll
because
do all
I ain't
this.
saying nothing.
You'll sit on my chest and all that.
Because I ain't
you'll
saying
shoot
nothing.
me because I am not
responsive
doing
to
what
you want me to do. Period.
And you can shoot me in my back if I choose to walk away.
Because you have that power. So I would say this, everyone who's listening, please, you got to, even in this days and age now, it's completely different. It's on a whole nother level now. They asking questions later and just taking lives.
Right.
You get what I mean? And then trying to make up a story. I'm going to say this. The five black men in Memphis I still haven't, I don't know about y'all, I still haven't heard a reason on the fact, what did you pull them over for?
Right.
What was the purpose of pulling this young man over for? Still lost with that one.
Right.
So all I'm saying is we just got to game our kids up. Stop always think, it ain't always about being hard out here. And it's about literally survival.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you got to teach your children how to survive. You know what I mean? It's not about who's the hardest, who's the smartest. Who can outwit who?
Right.
You know what I mean? Who can make this shit keep going for themselves? Not just a hustle here, hustle there. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be on a whole nother level when it comes to your family and teaching your family, your children, all of that. Mm-hmm. Because they are haunting us.
Yes.
And they will make us disappear.
And we got to watch your backs. And
we got to watch each other's back. Stop always being so against each other. And you can't. It does take a village to raise a child. You get what I mean? It's not about just you being better than me